All right, good Wednesday morning, everybody. Just looking at AlphawebTrader here. The only piece of news is going to come out after the close. That's a Fed speaker. Right, all the news is out. Currently, your TSI, you've got stronger Dow, weaker NASDAQ, and the Session FibGrid. EMD is a stronger market, NQ is the weaker market. If we look at the trendo here, overall more negative than positive, though not very none of the numbers really, except for some of your M15s, really reaching that threshold to give us a good sign of follow through to the downside. So everything just kind of trading in a small range at the moment. Gap wise, you can see here's your S&P where we're trading currently, just above yesterday's lows. Your M2K though is right at yesterday's low. Your NQ just above yesterday's lows, and same with your Dow, just above yesterday's lows. So we have predominantly inside gaps to the downside that would give us a long bias, that they would fill the gap back to the prior day's close, which is the blue lines here. But like I said, you do have technically this M2K may end up being an outside gap. Just depends on how it opens, but so a little bit of a mixed bag here. And we'll see. Like I said, no news today. We'll see, what the follow through looks like. If we get anything that looks like it might give us a trade, then we'll see if we can get into something and see if we can get some follow through. If not, then we'll just sit on the sidelines and wait. Be patient. All right, so we'll get about 7 minutes before the market opens. I'll be back just before it opens, and we'll take a look and see what sets up. All right, just a few moments before the markets open here. Small caps a little more negative, though not overly negative. Everything else kind of mixed. Again, the gap bias may be a little mixed. Inside gaps to the downside, which gives us a long bias in ES, YM, and NASDAQ. Your Russell is just opened outside as an outside gap down. It may trade back inside the prior day's range. So that might nullify that in the next few minutes, but we'll see. That was a little stronger market. The short-term numbers for the Dow look good. Its M15 is only about 20-26. So that usually tells me if it does break out to the upside, the follow through may be limited. Unless the M15 does catch up, if they can sustain it. Small caps, pretty close to being very negative, but minus 150 on the M15. All right, there goes your Dow. Like I said, short-term numbers on the Dow look fine. M15 is coming up. It's over 100. Need that to get to 120. It's 115. All right, so you could be long that. The short-term numbers are very positive there, but nothing else really following suit. So far, just kind of choppy action. All right, so we'll see if anything, get any clarity here on one of these breakouts, either to the upside or downside here. Right now, like I said, your Dow is more positive. The short-term numbers look good there. M15 is kind of borderline. Nothing else really stands out. Just kind of a mixed bag here. Small caps still negative, but not nearly as negative as they were. So I'm going to have to watch this one closely here.
Order filled.
I'm just going to be on the safe side. It's the only market that outside of the mid caps that's actually negative. Everything else is neutral. I'm just going to move the stop to break even. Even when we get to this initial support down here, I'll just take that as a target. Everything may come down, but we still have a bit of a long bias.
Order filled.
Nasdaq's got a lot of support down here. Everything is, trying to become negative. Not there yet. But the small caps did line up, pretty perfectly to. It was the only market that did, though. But it remember, it had opened outside of the previous day's range, so it was technically an outside gap down. But it did in the first few minutes trade back inside that previous day's range. So it's not truly an outside gap down, but it I thought it might weaken up and roll over. Just not sure to what degree it will. Like I said, Nasdaq's got a lot of support down here. It's more negative than positive, but fairly neutral here. Small cap still negative. Dow is mixed. S&P is more negative than positive, but the numbers just aren't there to tell us it's going to fall through to the downside. Remember, these are all inside gap down, and they do have a long bias as far as the gap goes. So just have to be mindful of that. All right, so like I said, pretty slow going. Obviously, you can see it's not setting the world on fire here with this action, but maybe got a little on the long side there in the Dow, maybe a little bit on the short side for M2K. That's really been about it.